Welcome back, ladies. Today, I'm going to give you something that I have not yet seen on YouTube, and that's critiquing posing from an actual show. Yes! We're going to look at quarter turn photos from a figure competition, and I'll be giving you my perspective as a posing coach and a judge. Now, please know that I always have the highest respect for all competitors, and I don't mean any ill feelings towards anyone that I'm critiquing. I'm simply giving you my opinion on what looks good and doesn't on stage. So let's get started. Okay guys, I am so excited to actually go through a picture and tell you what's in my mind, as a judge, as a posing coach. And I think this is going to be super, super helpful for you to start to learn how to critique yourself and also others, which will in turn help you with your own body. Now, I love this picture because everybody is doing something a little bit different. So first question for you guys, and go ahead and comment below, what is your immediate choice without overthinking it? Which one of these ladies stands out with the best overall posing to you? Okay, just first choice, don't even think about it. Who do you pick? Okay, and I'm gonna tell you my pick would be this young lady right here. Okay? So see if you agree with me or not, and either way, let me know what you think. And what I am going to do is I'm going to go through and give you those do's and don'ts. I am a very detailed posing coach. I figure that's what you pay me for, and I really want to see you pull everything out and look your very best. So let's go on to this group of beautiful ladies. So I always start from the feet up when I'm looking at your posing. What I'm looking at is definitely your heels are together, okay, always. You don't want them apart. Toes though, I'm looking at her toes being about 3 to 4 inches apart, okay, and what that does is it accentuates your quad sweep. All right, so if the toes are completely together, you can tend to have a flatter look on your quads. Now the caveat to that is someone like this lady here, and she has pretty good sized quads, especially compared to her upper body. Now, symmetry is a really big thing. So if we want to minimize the quad sweep, then I would have her actually put her toes together like this lady. Okay, so I think that would work better for her. So quickly moving up the legs, we want to look at those quads. You definitely want to have them turned on and engaged. Okay, so you can do that a few different ways. You can push down through your feet, through your toes, squeeze those heels together. You want to soften your knees just a little bit. And what I mean by that is you don't want to be locked out, but you also don't want to have your knees bent. Okay, I have a whole separate video on that, but you want to just be soft enough that you can really engage everything, okay? You want to feel your inner thighs, you want to feel your quads, you want to feel your hamstrings, you want to feel everything engaging. Now, I'm looking at the ribs, okay? So this happens a lot, and it happens to me also. You see that everybody's ribs are sticking out except for hers, because she's probably a little bit soft, and that's okay. It's your body. You can't always control that. But what you can do, because hers look a little bit exaggerated, is squeeze those abs. Then you can, that muscle will push out against that open space around your ribs and can actually fill it in a little bit more and look a little less protruding like that. Okay, so now I'm going to move up to probably the biggest part of the pose, really, because this is something that I see so many issues with, okay, is those arms and lats. We definitely want to see those lats, right? That's what we're after. And when those arms are too high or too low, they can cover them up or they're not even shown. Okay, so we're kind of looking for that sweet spot of where to put those arms. So here's what I'm looking at. Oops, this lady here, her arms are too high, which does a few things. It takes away from her delts and it elongates the lat. So if she's showing anything, it makes them stretched out and you can't even see them. Now this lady here, her arms, I can see that she has lats, but her arms are down too low, and this part is covering up what you could see. Okay, so the difference here is if you took her arms and raised them up just a little bit like this lady, you would be then opening that space so that you can see your lats. Now, this lady over here, she is doing the right things with her arms, however, no lats. But that is because she does not know how to do her lat spread and can't open those up yet. Okay, so that's a separate issue. So the other thing with this is looking at delts, right? We want to pop those out and look nice and shoulder capped. She has shoulders, but it's really hard to see them very well. They don't stand out like this one because her arms are raised up so high. Okay, so when you are trying to get your lat spread, lifting up more with your arms is not the answer. Okay, you gotta get the lat spread first, and then the arms come out just enough to give you some space to let everyone see them. Okay, so some of the things that I do like that I'm seeing are everybody's smiling. Okay, super important. Everybody smile all the time. And yes, you need to practice that because that can be difficult to do. But everybody's smiling. They're looking at the judges or they're looking at the photographer. Either way, everybody's down here. So when your eyes go down there, then your head is in a nice neutral position and your neck is not overextended, which looks better aesthetically and it looks better in pictures. Something else I really like that I'm seeing is you've got the lady over here on the end. Now I don't know how far away she is from the judges, but she has angled herself so that she is facing the judges, which is super important, especially if you have a larger group. So she was very smart in turning her body towards the judges. And so what I like to say is think about the middle of your chest. Now let's use a different color. The middle of your chest should be facing the middle judge. Okay, so that line of sight right there allows that judge, and then the other ones are, here to the sides of them, to see as much of your body as possible, especially in that front pose. So I would also recommend, if you had a larger group like this, that she do the same thing and angle her body a little bit more as well. Okay, so those are the main points about the front pose. As you learned from my last video, it's super important to have a posing coach. There are like 17 things to think about in each pose, not including transitions, moving on stage, etc. If you're doing a figure competition this year, please go to my website and schedule yourself a free consultation. I would love to talk to you and help you look your best. Thank you for watching and subscribing. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you next week.